The following is a feature presentation of SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network.
With the wildcard games over, the two teams that had byes in each conference now get their chance to step onto the playoff stage. The first team up to do that, the Kansas City Chiefs, and their opponent is one they're quite familiar with, the Baltimore Ravens, who they are playing for the third time in a full calendar year. The Chiefs won the first time, the Ravens won the second, and now we'll see who gets the best of three here today. Welcome everybody to the first of our 4 Divisional Round games here on SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network. Hello everybody, I am your host and broadcaster Joe. And before we begin, I would like to say that our hearts go out to those of you who have homes in the Southern California area who are currently being affected by the many wildfires that are happening out there, particularly the Palisades fire, but there are several other fires, of course, going on. Our hearts here at SVGN reach out to you. We appreciate all of you. We hope that you all stay safe and that you can make it through this very difficult time. Once again, thank you, and if you give us a moment, we'd like to take a moment of silence for all those who have currently lost something or somebody in those fires. Thank you. Alright, enough of the solemnness. Let's get to the actual fun. And oh boy, we have a fun matchup today. The Kansas City Chiefs and Baltimore Ravens. I have a feeling people expected that these two would meet again in the season proper, but I don't think they expected them to meet this soon. I think they were expecting this would be another AFC Championship game. Well, it's not quite able to get there, but this might be a little more interesting. Chiefs had a bye week, obviously, getting the first round off from being divisional champions. And meanwhile, the Baltimore Ravens, well, they had to take on a Jets team that gave them a bit of a run for their money, but they managed to pull through and beat them. This is going to be a very interesting matchup for both teams. In terms of points scored, both are in the top 10. In terms of points allowed, they're both within the top 10. In fact, they're 1 point away from each other. The Ravens having allowed 496 in the regular season, while the Chiefs allowed 497. In terms of the point differential, that would be the Ravens who have the lead. Technically, the Ravens have the lead in all 3 categories, but the Ravens and Chiefs are both in top 10, so this could be a very, very close one. In terms of offensive yardage, that's where things start to get separated. The Ravens have the second best yardage gained by their offense, whereas the Chiefs are around the middle of the road, actually. In terms of passing offenses, the Ravens are excelling there, but both are kind of middle of the road overall. In terms of run offense, Ravens are definitely leading that. Again, second place with the most rushing yards. The Chiefs are just outside the top 10. In terms of defense, the Ravens have both these teams have top 10, but the Ravens have the third best. In terms of passing defense, that's where the Chiefs actually excel over the Ravens, because the Chiefs are actually in the top 10, whereas the Ravens are middle of the road for passing defense. And in terms of rushing defense, well, that's completely flip-flopped. The Ravens are the best rushing defense in the league, whereas the Chiefs are kind of around the middle. So, this is definitely the Ravens with the slight edge. The question here becomes, can Kansas City keep up? And try saying that 5 times fast. The other question is, will Patrick Mahomes be returning? And unfortunately, we are getting reports that Patrick Mahomes will not be returning from injury. If you'll recall, he got hurt in the middle of the first quarter game against the Broncos back in Week 18. Apparently still suffering. We're not quite sure what it is, but sadly, he will not be returning for this game. If they can make it through this, then perhaps he'll be able to return for the AFC Championship game, but we're not sure. But Carson Wentz now has the chance to do what Nick Foles did when he went down in the middle of the Eagles' Tecmo Super Bowl winning season when they won Tecmo Super Bowl 52. Divisional round. You win this, you're only one step away from getting into Tecmo Super Bowl 59. Lose this, you're out. That's as simple as it is here. We're going to take a small break, and when we return, we'll take you down to Arrowhead for the start of the divisional round. And here we are, GEHA Field at Arrowhead. The Ravens will call heads, and it is indeed heads. They will elect to return. So Harrison Butker will be kicking it off, and back to return this one, it's going to be Deontay Hardy. Divisional round has begun, and Hardy will take this from about a half yard in his own end zone. He'll get up to the 15, and that's where he'll be stopped. Let's take a look at that Baltimore Ravens starting offense. Lamar Jackson, the starting quarterback, 7th year out of Louisville, coming in, doing pretty good for himself. Derrick Henry lining up behind him. What a great acquisition he's been for Baltimore this offseason. Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman are the two wide receivers that Jackson will be throwing to. And meanwhile, they'll have a 2 tight end set with Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely. Those two will be lining up on the offensive line alongside Tyler Linderbaum, Andrew Voorhees, Daniel Falele, Ronnie Stanley, and Patrick McCarry. John Harbaugh in his 17th year with the Ravens as their head coach, and the offensive coordinator is Todd Monken. First and 10 for Baltimore. Man in motion to Jackson's right, but he's just going to take it himself, and he's going to get strip sacked, and it's going to be picked up by Leo Chenal. First play from scrimmage, and the Chiefs take advantage of it. Wentz dropping back, looking for somebody open, going to throw it to his left for Marquise Brown, but he can't quite connect with him. And let's take a look at the Kansas City Chiefs starting offense. Carson Wentz, in his 9th year out of North Dakota State, he's going to have to fill in some big shoes in the form of Patrick Mahomes. Isaiah Pacheco, the running back, lining up behind him, going to try and help make Carson's life a little bit easier today. Rashee Rice, Marquise Brown, and rookie wide receiver Xavier Worthy out of Texas are going to be the wide receivers that Wentz gets the chance to throw to. Travis Kelce, the tight end for Kansas City, and he'll be lining up on the offensive line alongside Creed Humphrey, Joe Thuney, Trey Smith, rookie Kingsley Suamataia out of BYU, and Jawan Taylor. Andy Reid, longest tenured head coach, currently active in the NFL. He's in his 12th year with the Chiefs, and the offensive coordinator is Matt Nagy. Second and goal for Carson, and they're going to toss it to Pacheco directly. Only gets about 1 yard. Let's take a look at the Baltimore Ravens starting defense. Nnamdi Madubuike, Michael Pierce, and Travis Jones are the defensive linemen for Baltimore. Linebackers are Kyle Van Noy, Trenton Simpson, Roquan Smith, and Odafe Awe. Brandon Stevens and Marlon Humphrey are the corners for Baltimore. And meanwhile, the safeties are Marcus Williams and Kyle Hamilton. Zachary Orr, the defensive coordinator in his first year with the Ravens, and the special teams coordinator is Chris Horton. Third and goal for Kansas City. Wentz in shotgun formation, looking for an open man. Got plenty of time, but he's running out of it. Throwing to his left for Rashee Rice, but he can't quite connect with him. So they can't get the touchdown following the fumble, so the Chiefs will be forced to kick a field goal. And Butker's kick from about 25 yards out is up and good. So 3-0, the Chiefs strike first. And now the Ravens have to try and put how that last drive ended behind them, as Hardy going to take this from about the 7-yard line. Gets up to the 20, 25, and down to the 26. Let's take a look at that Kansas City defense that got the takeaway in the last drive. Mike Dana, Tershawn Wharton, and Chris Jones are the defensive linemen. Drew Tranquil, Leo Chenal, Nick Bolton, and George Karloftis are your linebackers. At the corner positions, you got Trent McDuffie and Joshua Williams. And for the safeties, you've got Brian Cook and Justin Reed. Steve Spagnuolo in his 6th year as the Kansas City Chiefs defensive coordinator, and special teams coordinator is Dave Toub. First and 10 for Baltimore. Lamar in shotgun formation, going to take it himself, and the defense ready for him, taking him back 7 yards. Second and 17, Jackson in shotgun formation yet again. Looking for somebody open, throwing to his right for Zay Flowers, who is wide open in Kansas City territory, and he's going to get taken down at the Chiefs' 35. So Baltimore trying to come back off of a bad drive, and they're coming back into this drive pretty well, as Flowers going to get a pretty good gain here. First and goal on the 8. Man in motion for Jackson. He's going to try and run along to the right side, but they were ready for him for the loss of 4. Second and 14. Man in motion for Jackson. Handing it off to Derrick Henry, who's going to run along the near side and doesn't get very far. Third and goal. Jackson going to try and run forward with this one, and he's going to get sacked by Tershawn Wharton, the nose tackle. So that means the Ravens got to go with a field goal. Defense being pretty good so far today. And this will be a 37-yarder kick on the way, and Justin Tucker's kick is good. We got a tie game at 3. So Mecole Hardman will be back to return this one for Kansas City. He'll take it from the 4. He'll get up to the 15, then to the 20, and down around the 23 maybe. First and 10, Kansas City. Wentz got a man in motion, going to toss it to Pacheco, who's going to run along the near sideline. And he is going to get to the 40, still going. He gets in the Ravens going, and he's taken down just after it for the first down. First and 10 for Kansas City on the 49, it looks like. Wentz trying to find somebody, throwing it over the middle for Rice, and complete. Second and 10. Wentz hasn't been in a playoff game in a while. Wentz going to throw this to the right for Travis Kelce. If I remember correctly, he never actually started in a playoff game. He was injured both times the Eagles went to the playoffs with him under center. Throw to the left for Marquise Hollywood Brown. Leaps up to grab it to avoids the tackle. And he gets taken down in the red zone at the 18. So we get to see how playoff Carson does. And he's going to give it to Pacheco, who doesn't get very far at all. Loss of 2. Second and 12. Wentz looking for an open man, throwing to his right for Travis Kelce. And Kelce going to zig and zag before he's taken down at the 4 for the first down. First and goal for Kansas City. Wentz, no, it's going to be a direct snap to Pacheco, but he's going to get taken down behind the line. They were ready for him for the loss of 4. Second and goal on the 8. Wentz, got to find somebody, and that pass deflected. Looks like it was heading towards the right somewhat. So third and goal. I'm sorry, the left, not the right. Wentz looking and throwing to his right for Kelce, and he's in for the touchdown. So the first touchdown of the game scored by Travis Kelce, getting it thrown to him by Carson Wentz. And the Chiefs will take a 10-3 lead off the Harrison Butker field goal with just over a minute and a half to go in the first quarter. So Hardy will be back to return, and he'll get it from about the 5 and taken down around the 18-yard line. So the Ravens got to get to work. First and 10. Jackson in shotgun formation. And he's going to get this one off just in time for Mark Andrews, who is going to try to fight for it, but he still gets the first down at about the 32. First and 10 for Baltimore. Jackson hands off to Henry. And Henry, taken down a yard behind the line of scrimmage. So second and 11. Man in motion. Jackson, play action, rolling to his right. Going to throw it for Isaiah Likely. And he's going to get about 6 on this pass. Third and 5 with 18 seconds to go. Jackson going to try and run forward, but he's taken down by Chris Jones for the sack. sending him back 7 yards. So the Ravens will be forced to punt. So this is Jordan Stout's punt. Hardman will take it from the 15. And get up to the 30 and breaks a tackle at the 34. Now up to the 45 and taking down around the 47 of Kansas City. And that's going to end the first quarter. So we start the second quarter with Kansas City just outside of Baltimore territory. Wentz looking for an open man, throwing to his left for Rashee Rice. And Rice going to get pretty good yardage on this one, getting into the red zone. 1st and 10, Kansas City. Went to the man in motion. Defense breaking through, and he's strip sacked! And it's going to get picked up by Adafe Awe! And he's going to get into Kansas City territory and taken down around the 46. So Baltimore still got plenty of tricks left. Derrick Henry going to take this up along the far side, and he's going to get taken down around the 26-yard line. 1st and 10 for Baltimore. Shotgun formation for Jackson. Throwing to his left for Rashad Bateman, and he is gone for the touchdown, and this game is tied. And the Ravens get this one into a tie game with the Justin Tucker extra point, which will obviously go through because it's Justin Tucker. He's just that good. So Mecole Hardman going to take this return. Chiefs got to put that strip sack behind them, especially Carson Wentz has to. Oh, but he's going to fumble the ball, and it's going to get picked up by someone on Baltimore. Couldn't quite tell who. So 1st and 10 for Baltimore yet again. Turnovers are costly. It's what led the Browns to winning their game last week in the wild card round. 2nd and 10. Henry going to take this one along the near side. And he's going to try and break tackles, but he gets taken down around the 2. 1st and goal. Man in motion. Jackson in shotgun formation, and he's going to get taken down back 7 yards. 6 yards, actually. Apologize. Jackson in shotgun formation. Defense breaking through again. Leo Chenal this time gets the sack. Not a strip sack, but he loses 9. So 3rd and goal on the 17. And Jackson going to get set back even further by Michael Dana, sacking him back. Looks about 6 yards. So this will be a 41-yard field goal by Justin Tucker. Kick on the way is up, and of course it's good. So the Chiefs defense able to hold them to 3 points. So now, not only does Wentz need to get the fumble out of his head, so does Mecole Hardman. And he's going to take this from the goal line up to the 15. Out of the 20. 25-30. Still going. 35-40. And down around the 41. So Kansas City's offense coming back out onto the field. Wentz in shotgun formation. Pacheco going to take this one. And he's only going to get about 1 yard. 2nd and 9. Man in motion. Wentz tosses for Pacheco, who takes it along the near side. Pacheco got the first down, which is in Baltimore territory. And he's down around the 32 of the Ravens. 1st and 10, Chiefs. Shotgun formation for Wentz. Looking and throwing to his left for Rice, and he's got the first down. And he's only going to get to about the 14, but that's still plenty of room. 1st and 10, Kansas City. Wentz in shotgun. Going to try and run forward with it, and he's going to get strip sacked yet again! And it's picked up by Baltimore yet again. Oh, the turnovers are really hurting Kansas City. Jackson going to play action. Roll to his right. Throw is for Andrews. Incomplete. There were some red helmets and jerseys in the area, so be careful when throwing into a sea of red there, Lamar. Jackson going to hand it off on the 2nd and 10. And Henry is going to break through a tackle. Still going. Broke another tackle before shortly getting taken down around the 43. 1st and 10. Man in motion. Jackson in shotgun. Going to try and run forward with it. Chris Jones, though, credited with the sack to send him back 7 yards. So this will be 2nd and 17 on the 36. And off for Henry. And he's only going to get about 6 on that one. So 3rd and 11 with less than 2 minutes to go. Jackson in shotgun steps back. Throws to his left for Mark Andrews, who's got the first down in Kansas City territory. First and 10, and the Ravens going to call their first timeout. 1:34 to go. Man in motion. Ball on the Chiefs' 43, as Henry going to get the handoff and only gets about 3. So Ravens going to call their second timeout. 2nd and 7. Man in motion for Jackson, who's going to try and run forward, but he's sacked by Nick Bolton to the Ravens side of the 50 for the loss of 11. Ravens have to call their final timeout. Jackson going to hand this off. No, play action rolling to his right. And he's going to take it himself. And he's going to get past where this set of downs started and gets to the 38. And they're going to go with the field goal on this 4th and 5. This will be a 56-yarder. Kick on the way. It's up. And you know it's good if it's Justin Tucker kicking it. 16-10. And the Chiefs, they might not have much time to score in this first half. Hardman going to take this from about the 1. Gets up to the 15, 20, and down around the 21. So 19 seconds to go. Shotgun formation for Wentz. Wentz looking and throwing this one to his left for Marquise Brown. Incomplete, though. He was out of bounds. 2nd and 10. Good thing he got it off because there was a player in the area. Time for one more play. Wentz looking. Going to throw this one for Marquise Hollywood Brown. And he's going to get wrapped up at the 34, it looks like. So that wasn't enough for a first down, but that's going to end the first half. Ravens come into this with the lead, 16-10, but when we come out of halftime, Kansas City will be the one starting with the ball. Chiefs have a small deficit to make up, but will they be able to, is the question. A reminder to you all that we've got another full weekend packed with playoff football for you this weekend. Tomorrow, we're going to head up to Cheese Country as Jalen Hurts and the Eagles head to take on Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers. Then, we return to the AFC with a third round of a divisional rivalry. Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns head to Southwest Ohio to take on Joe Burrow and the Bengals. And finally, on Monday, we'll be heading out west as Kirk Cousins and the Falcons try to take on Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers. That's all coming up for you Saturday, Sunday, and Monday in the divisional round here on SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network. So Tucker to kick it off. Hardman will be back to return this one. He'll take it from about the 1-yard line. Gets up to the 10, 15, 20, still going, avoiding tackles, and down around the 26. 1st and 10 for Kansas City. Wentz dropping back, looking for an open man to throw to, throwing to his right for rookie Worthy, but he just overthrew him. 2nd and 10. Shotgun formation for Wentz. Wentz looking, waiting, gonna throw this one over the middle for Kelsey, but Kelsey can't hold on to it. 3rd and 10. Wentz in shotgun formation. Looking and throwing over for Kelsey yet again, but this one deflected. So it'll be 4th down, and the Chiefs will be forced to punt. So that is Matt Areza to punt this ball, the first punt. Because their drives have either ended in scores or turnovers, and Hardy going to take this from about the 17, gets up to 20. 1st and 10 for Baltimore to try and extend their lead. Jackson going to hand this one off. No, play action roll to the right. Throwing for Isaiah Likely, and Likely going to get to about the 33, it looks like. 1st and 10 for Baltimore. Man in motion for Jackson. He's going to play action and roll to his right. Going to throw this one for Mark Andrews, and Andrews got the first down and into Kansas City territory down at their 46. 1st and 10 Ravens. Man in motion. Jackson in shotgun formation. Gonna try and run forward with it, and he's gonna get strip sacked, and it's picked up by Nick Bolton now. Kansas City has some life in him, and he's gonna get taken down at the 27. It looks like, maybe 28. Wentz going to drop back. Now he's running forward with it, taking it himself. He's got the first down. Look at him go. And he's down around the 11. 1st and 10 for Kansas City starts there. Who knew Carson Wentz could move like that still? Going to be a direct snap to Pacheco. And he's going to get taken down 5 yards back. 2nd and 15. Pacheco going to get the handoff. And he's going to get the back to the where the set of downs started, actually. And down around the 9. So for a 3rd and 8 from there. A throw for Rashee Rice. And it's intercepted by Baltimore. Oh, Carson Wentz is not having a good day today. But the Ravens are loving this. A throw for Isaiah Likely, and it is he got it! Wall in double coverage, broke the tackles, and got into Kansas City territory with the first down. So 1st and 10 on the 44 of the Chiefs. And a play action by Jackson, thrown to the right for Zay Flowers, and this man is gone. Touchdown Ravens! Who take a lead they already had that was kind of small, and they stretch it out. Lamar doing great work for this Ravens team. Kick on the way is good. But you also got to give credit to this Ravens defense that has been all over Carson Wentz. Forced 2 fumbles today and a interception. Not to mention the fumbled special teams forced on Mecole Hardman during a kick return. Toss for Pacheco, who's running along the far side. He's got the first down. And he fights for every last yard he can get, taken down around the 27, it looks like. 1st and 10 for Wentz. Gets this one off just in time for Kelsey, but he only gets about 5 yards. 2nd and 5. Shotgun formation for Wentz. Wentz looking and throwing to his left for Marquise Hollywood Brown. Brown diving for this one. Former Raven himself gets to the 35 of Baltimore. Wentz going to hand this off to Pacheco. And he's going to get to about the 31. 2nd and 6. Wentz dropping back. Gonna throw this one to his left. And a leaping Marquise Brown has got this one for a touchdown. Kansas City! And the Chiefs clawing their way back, trying to make this comeback dream real. Butker's kick on the way, and it is good. 23-17. Ravens back to only leading by 6. About a minute and a half to go. Hardy going to take this. And he's going to get to about the 21. 1st and 10 for Baltimore starts there. Jackson going to hand this off to Derrick Henry. Tries to fight for extra yardage, but the defense takes him down. 2nd and 9, handoff to Henry yet again. And Henry running up the gut. Look at this man go. The Ravens did good getting him from Tennessee in the offseason, and he has been paying them dividends. 1st and 10 on the 45. Throw to the left for Mark Andrews. And Andrews doing pretty good himself. 1st and 10. 19 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Jackson in shotgun formation. Throw is for over the middle for Andrews. And Andrews going to get this one to about the 9-yard line. I apologize if I am not speaking much. 1st and goal on the 9. Jackson dropping back. Throwing over his right for Flowers and incomplete. 2nd and goal on the 9. Jackson in shotgun. Going to try and run forward with it. Taking it himself, and there he goes! Touchdown Ravens! Extend their lead back. So the Chiefs score and Baltimore scores right back. This is going to be quite back and forth in this second half, that's for sure. And the kick is good. 30-17. Kansas City needs to score and score quickly. It's Hardman going to take this from about the 6, it looks like, but down at the 14. 1st and 10, Kansas City. The pressure is on. Wentz going to throw this over the middle, incomplete. 2nd and 10. Man in motion to the right of Wentz. Wentz gets this off. No, Roquan Smith takes him down for the loss of 9. I thought I saw his arm going forward, but it does not matter. Wentz in his own end zone right now, and he's going to get a safety. Michael Pierce might have just helped put this game out of reach for Kansas City. And Derrick Henry going to recover this one. Are we going to have a kick return for a touchdown? No. They tried for the onside-er. So 1st and 10 from the 12 of Kansas City. And Lamar going to get sacked backwards by Drew Tranquil for the loss of 11. 2nd and 21. And off for Derrick Henry. He's going to run along the near side. And he is going to get the first down for the gain of 8. He's going to get a gain of 8. 3rd and 13. Jackson going to take this one running along the far sideline. And he is going to be just short of scoring it. But he got a first down, technically. 1st and goal at the 1. Handoff for Henry, and you know he's in for the touchdown here. And if you thought this game was not over before, I think that might have just sealed it for you. And the extra point by Tucker on the way is up and good. So the Chiefs will not three-peat. They're in garbage time now. Unless there's a miracle, their season will be stopped today. 1st and 10 for Kansas City. They are down by 22. Pacheco going to get the handoff, and he's only going to get about 4. 2nd and 6. Wentz looking, throwing over to the left for Brown. He's got this one easily, still going as he gets almost to the red zone, taken down around the 22 for Kansas City, for Baltimore actually, but it's a first down for Kansas City. Wentz looking and running forward, and he's going to get taken down. Michael Pierce gets the sack, but he only gets a loss of 2. 2nd and 12. Wentz going to hand this one off to Pacheco, and he doesn't get very far. 3rd and 12. Wentz looking for an open man. Going to throw it to his right for Travis Kelce, who is going to get wrapped up and taken down around the 13, it looks like. So they got to go for it on this 4th and 1. Handoff to Pacheco. He's got the first down, and he's going to get to about the 8. 1st and goal there. Wentz looking for an open man. Going to try and run forward with it himself, and he's going to take it in for his own score. Touchdown for Kansas City. But the Chiefs down a little too much, and there's too little time left on the clock. Kick on the way for Butker, and it is good. And you have to wonder, would Kansas City have been able to win this game with Mahomes under center rather than Wentz? As Henry going to take this one yet again. The onside kick gets him to the 30-yard line of the Chiefs. 1st and 10 for Baltimore. Jackson in shotgun formation, going to try and run forward with it. Taken down by Michael Dana. Chiefs defense needs to come through with a turnover if they want any semblance of being able to win. But they're down by 3 scores after Kansas City had to take their first time out. Jackson going to get wrapped up before he breaks free. He's got the first down. Yes, he does. And in the red zone, too. So the Chiefs got to call their second timeout with 2.5 to go. So Baltimore is going on to the conference championship for the 2nd year in a row. But the question is, which of their AFC North rivals will they be playing? Will they be playing the Browns or the Bengals? We'll find out on Sunday. As Henry going to get taken down to make it 3rd and 7. He's taken to the number 16. And Henry going to get to the 11 now. And they'll go for the field goal here. And the field goal, this one a 29-yarder by Tucker is good. So Baltimore, devastating victory here for them. Dominating victory for them. Devastating loss for Kansas City. Hardman going to try and do just the best that he can. The Chiefs are playing for pride. But you have to wonder if Mahomes is the difference maker for Kansas City. There's a reason he got paid that big contract a few years ago following their Super Bowl victory. 2nd and 6. A toss for Pacheco. And he's going to get to about the 19. Yeah, that 10-year, $100 million contract that Mahomes was given. Now you see why they gave it to him. And now you also see why so many teams were a little reluctant to use Carson Wentz after his injury during the Eagles Super Bowl winning season. Michael Dana gets the sack there on 4th down. So the Ravens gonna try and run up the score here, which, given it's the Chiefs and what they did to them last year, I don't blame Baltimore for trying this. As Henry going to get taken back 6 yards. 3rd and 11. Time for one last play. Jackson in shotgun formation. Last play will be a sack by Leo Chenal. But it does not matter. The Baltimore Ravens are going on to the AFC Championship Game. But the question is, will they be hosting it against Cleveland, or will they be heading into Cincinnati to play it? We shall find out soon enough. A palindrome score here in the playoffs is what we come away with today. And that is going to do it for us. A reminder to you all, we've got an action-packed divisional round. So join us here tomorrow for the Eagles and Packers, on Sunday for the Browns and Bengals, and on Monday for the Falcons and 49ers. For all of us here at SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network, I'm your host, Joe, saying good night, everybody!